Welcome to the Tuscan wine tasting, and we're going to do two wines today. One's the Cinciole, which is Chianti Classico, and the other is Libeccio, and this is from Piombino. And Piombino is, there's Elba, and Piombino is just by Elba, so it's the port that takes you to the island of Elba. Both the Sangiovese, 100%. Cinciole is biodynamic production and Reg certified as organic. Paolo's, who makes the Sant'Agnese, he's a smaller estate. He only makes 40,000 bottles, something like this, and he's something totally different in terms of the order. This one first, Cinciole first. Okay, so we'll talk about Cinciole first. Okay, so Chianti Classico, what is it? It's a zone. So Chianti Classico is a zone between Florence and Siena, and you must make the grapes from within that geographical, or must make the wine from within that geographical area, and the grapes that you use must be authorized grapes, and that's 85% Sangiovese, and the other 15% can be Merlot, it can be Cabernet Sauvignon, it can be Colorino, it can be Canaiolo, it can be all sorts of things. So there's a number of registered grapes that you can use for the other 15%. This is just Sangiovese. Sangiovese is, if you like, the heart and soul of the Chianti Classico area. And then you have, it's a big zone and many different altitudes. So this is one of the highest estates in the Chianti Classico area. It's over 400 meters high. And this means the grapes ripen at a lower and slower speed, a longer, slower speed. So you get more freshness, you get more tension in the wines. I hate the word, but sort of minerality. It's an extraordinary area. And this is a couple set this up. They both used to work in Milan, and this is their dream. They wanted to make something more elemental, something of the place. They wanted to create. And they decided from the start to farm organically, and they've done something extraordinary. They've really taken it further. They've gone to biodynamics, which is following the phases of the moon, using zero chemicals at all, really. They're fermenting in concrete tanks using wild yeast fermentations, and they're aging the wines in botti, so in large oak casks. They have got a few amphoras, they have got some barriques, but they don't really use the barriques. It's a great wine. It's a really great wine. It's 2016 vintage, which is magnificent. So for me, this is one of the greatest of all Chianti Classicos. I hope you really enjoy it. Then the Libeccio. This is something totally different, because now we're on coastal Sangiovese. So this is just below Bulgari, which is where Sassicaia comes from, the most famous of all of the really Tuscan Italian reds, actually, and that's based on Cabernet Sauvignon. But this is just down the road. You're about 50 miles to the south, and here the soils in Bulgari, the soils are reclaimed, so they're alluvial. They're reclaimed from the sea. Here you're on the same soils that you get in Chianti, but the climate is the same as you get from Bulgari. So more ripeness. The altitude here is about 20 meters. So this is 400 meters lower, basically, than the last wine. Also, it's a bit older, because Paolo can afford to age his wines. He doesn't make very much. It's only him and his parents. He doesn't need to sell an enormous amount. So this is 2008. Lots and lots of maturity. He's aging this in tonneau, which is 500-liter barrels. It's totally different wine. Unfiltered, wild yeast ferment, very natural approach to winemaking, but Paolo's got a different taste to most people. He doesn't like acidity. So when you get high altitude Chianti Classicos, he doesn't really like this style of wine very much. So he wouldn't like the Cinciole so much. He likes them to be more balls out, more fruit, more power. That's how he tastes. So for me, his palate is slightly more comic strip, but nothing wrong with a good comic. And I think he does it really, really well. So hope you enjoy the wines. Bye.